Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's DC Movie News.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 4 greatest heroes, created from the
Never smooth about it. Nope, never. I just punched Roxy.
It's never
not awkward over 3.5 years. What's up, everybody? This is the DC Movie News Show right here on the Popcorn Talk Network. We are 3/4 of the full squad.
Yeah, but we are the OGs, too. I love Mikey, but remember, he was not OG.
No, that's true. That's true.
He is OG at this point, but he was not OG.
Do you remember our first episode? It was at the old studio, and I wore a tie for some reason.
You did?
Yeah, I sure did.
What'd I wear?
You looked adorable.
Remember when I used to go tanning right before, and then the whole studio would smell like my tanning?
Yeah, it smelled like fake tan, for sure.
Well, good old days.
Secondhand fake tan high. It was wonderful.
Those chemicals right into those lungs. Do you think your lungs got tan?
I don't know. I'll have to look into it someday.
Adam's not into it.
What do you mean? Tanning your lungs?
No, just a conversation.
No, I was just trying to
Technically,
think
cigarette smoking is tanning your lungs if you think about it.
I was just trying to think about who I could compare Mikey's appearance on the show to, and I'm trying to think of Lauren Cohen's character from Walking Dead. Because she seems
Maggie?
OG. Maggie. She seems OG.
Yeah, but she's not. But she's
not OG.
But she's an OG, but she's not OG.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Once you get to season 9 and 10, it all starts to blur together.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So anyways, let's get rolling here. We're at DC Movies SK on Twitter, Facebook.com/DC Movies SK. Jonny LoQuasto here with you at the J Quasto. Mike Kalinowski out fighting crime, but of course follow him at Mike Kalinowski. The gentleman right there, I haven't seen him in quite some time, as a matter of fact. He looks very Shazam-y. He is the host of FX Movie Download. You can follow him everywhere at Adam Gertler and hopefully see him on something else very, very soon in the near future. He's Adam Gertler.
Hey, everybody. Shazammy to you.
Exactly.
And you and you.
And you and you.
You get a Shazam, and you get a Shazam.
I'm excited. We're going to talk about Krypton. That's like the most prescient thing, because that was a big premiere. That was a big deal.
Are you trying to get into TV time right now?
We're not getting into TV
Is that
time.
what you're telling me?
That's an early TV time tease.
Oh,
big debut.
Because it's a fairly
Why are you so good at
lightweight-
your job? You can't tease things and tease me like that.
Tease and tease.
It's
Like
tease.
James Gunn is tweeting about teasing Infinity War. Like he's teasing everybody right now.
I'm a big fan of James Gunn.
He's a big
He's awesome.
As a human, I'm a big fan of James
He
Gunn.
seems great. I mean, as far as I know him from Twitter, it's like we've never had coffee. But yes, excited to talk about
Some other human I'm a big fan of is the lovely lady sitting next to Adam Gertler. She's the crown jewel of the DC Movie News Show. You can follow her everywhere at Roxy Striar. Is the pink hair still rocking?
No, it's like faded, and it's not really pink, and it's blonde, and it's Roxy Striar.
It's Roxy Striar.
Yeah, you know.
Gotta go back to Mexico.
Yeah.
You gotta go back. Today I posted a TBT from Mexico.
I saw that photo.
Mentally, I am in Mexico.
I saw that photo.
Hola,
You know what I'm saying? I like
Wait,
it.
are you going to Mexico?
No.
Or? Oh.
She was
mentally.
Okay, just
was there.
mentally.
I'll be there next
You should
week.
make a trip. You gonna be there next week?
I just found out I'll be there next week.
Are you doing comedy in Mexico next week?
Well, technically, you
Give me your best joke in Spanish.
Can't do it in Spanish, per se. I could ask you how many stairs are in your house. I know how to say that in Spanish. ¿Cuántos escalones tienes en la casa?
Well, how many stairs do you have in your house? That is exactly what
The
that
tone
meant.
of that was great. That was great.
Yeah.
It was
My
like,
healthcare Spanish is always on point.
Do I need to know why you know that?
Because I have to ask that question at the hospital. When you're evaluating a patient in the hospital and you have to speak Spanish, you have to ask certain questions. One of them is how many stairs do you have where you live? Because you want to make
you
sure
need to know that they can get upstairs.
don't want them falling down the steps.
Wow, you learn something new every day. You truly do.
The joys of healthcare, everybody.
Yep.
Well, the Wi-Fi is kind of not. I'm trying to get on chat roll. I'm struggling.
I'm in chat right now.
All right, good. So this is going to be a fun week. We have a lot of room to veer off course here because there aren't a ton of stories, but we might as well start off with Adam Gertler's t-shirt and the logo that has been revealed for Shazam. And thus far, everything seems all good in the Pony Smasher world. David Sandberg, at least we
Pony Smash.
You know?
Yeah.
I gotta say, so this is a logo that I don't recognize. I don't know. Maybe chat roll can enlighten me. Has this been used for a Shazam comic recently? I don't know, but I like it.
I like it
just
as well.
on its own. I totally dig it. I think it looks awesome.
It's fun.
And I love that we've begun the marketing campaign officially for Shazam. I mean, with an official logo release, and for a lot of people, I know we said this almost about Justice League, but it's like Aquaman is going to be a transitional film, even though it's probably going to be an amazing film. And Shazam is really The new of the newest new for DC.
It's amazing that we're already starting. Obviously, it's great we released the logo, but God, it's still filming. We're a while away from a release.
We are a little bit away.
I don't know. Can I just interject here? And I gotta. Oh wait, hold
Batman
on.
Batman Anthony, what voice is that?
Yes.
What happened?
Batman Anthony on the bat phone.
Are you sick, Batman Anthony?
Batman Anthony's here.
Tony B. Tone.
Took out the imposter in the seat here. But I do gotta say, I think I could do without the Z and just leave the lightning strike. Know what I'm saying?
Oh, but I don't know if it's close enough to a Z for me to buy it.
It looks very clunky though with that Z. And
I
the
see what
lightning
you're
bolt.
saying. It does kind of look like a Photoshop-y kind of situation. I could see that. But I still like it. I don't know.
It's very fun looking. It doesn't look like it's supposed to be so serious. Every time I see the word Shazam written like this, though, and it's not even in the same font, I just went to check, I think of Kazam, the Shaq movie.
Oh, the rapping genie.
Yes, I think like the font, it isn't the same, but like that fun, bold, I don't know.
To be fair, there's a lot worse things to think of than Shaq the rapping genie.
That's so true.
So if
Very
that,
true.
I mean, I'm on board all day.
I agree.
I see your point, though. But overall, I mean, hey, we're not going to complain. It looks cool. Obviously, we got a while before the release date. They're still filming it, but we hope everything seems to be going okay on set.
This is one of the ones that we're not worried about.
Well, this is one of the ones that's also not filming all on a studio soundstage because there's been a lot of public photos of the suit, and they're just kind of letting them out there. You know what I like about it is, like, notice how there's no... Zachary Levi was teasing about the first time the set photo was released. Oh, it wasn't meant to be that way. There's still been no official photos.
Sure.
But Warner Brothers is actually, this is like the first time in a while I feel like they're handling themselves like in a cool, smart way.
Yeah.
With regard to the whole of Shazam and its pre-production, going back to the Instagram thing that he was doing, to the set photos that they're allowing to get out there, showing the ridiculously red costume that we all know is going to look great in context or whatever it is.
Yeah, a lot of people weren't. I think it looks really cool, actually, in my opinion. Some people were laughing at it, but
I
it's
was
like,
laughing at it. I didn't think it looked particularly great, but it looked better in
But
movement.
do
but
you-
I acknowledge that that's not what it was going to look like.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, and like, I think all that really matters, and we don't really know about this, is like what it looks like within the film and the tone of the film that is attempting to make, and then how successful it is at that. Like, we don't really know.
Right.
Tonally, this is going to be different, but we don't know that it's, if it's like slapsticky, that doesn't usually work. But if you can ride the tide and make it fun and
look, in this genre, it's all about post. It's all about post. Marvel, DC, it's all about post. That's all there.
color corrections, all that stuff. I mean, you saw that they had the Man of Steel suit you've seen in 8 different shades of color by people doing different doctoring up of YouTube videos and all that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm very excited about Shazam because I have no reason not to be at this point.
And also because expectations are as low as they could be, because it's not like I'm thinking, is this going to be my Shazam? It's going to be whatever Shazam they give me, and I'm going to take it.
Yeah, I mean, my memory of Shazam is like from the cartoons I used to watch as a kid. I loved it. There was the whole Marvel family, and it was a superhero cartoon, and I loved it. I've seen like Kingdom Come, obviously, but I haven't like read a lot of Captain Marvel comics or Shazam comics. I have an affinity for the character from my childhood, and I'm excited about the movie.
Yeah, no
That's
doubt about
about
that. There was a video/photo of Zachary Levi and Asher Angel on set.
This video was so freaking adorable.
I didn't see the video,
Unbelievable. Okay,
so
it's 10 minutes
explain.
long, so we can't watch the whole thing.
10 minutes?
It looked like it was either an Instagram video or like a Periscope kind of video. Basically, they're just hanging out, and it's Zachary Levi being like, wait, Asher, how do I hold this camera so that we can both be in the same shot? And Asher's like, man, you got to change the angle. And he's like, all right, is this it? No, is this it? But like, they're just being bros and hanging out and being friends and like talking about nothing that mattered. But they're on set. And they're like, we can't show you the rest because that wouldn't be fun for you guys. And they just had a good rapport. It was cute. I don't know if you can pull up the video. It's in the rundown that we sent you as number 2. But
It looks like an Instagram live video is what it is, I think.
An IG live.
Anybody watching in the chat roll right now, I'd be very curious to see, just like on a scale of 1 to 10, where are your excitement levels for Shazam? I mean, I'm just curious what the DC fans are feeling. Like, as a group, we've taken quite a bit of beatings from all over the place, from our films, from our fans, from our critics.
We have our own listeners.
It's a whole different. I mean, like
we have our own viewers and listeners turning against us every week. We're like,
turning against each other.
Yeah, infighting. You hate this. He's a hater. They're expressing their opinion. It's all over.
Only
the map.
Kalinowski loves everything. All right,
then
let's calm
even
down.
Kalinowski's gotten hate too from things.
I know, but I'm curious as to where people are. I'm curious if people are starting to
All
like
right, I'll give you
give
what
up
the,
hope or
here's
wanting
what the
reboots.
chat's
Tell
saying
me.
right now. Joey says 10 out of 10. Byron says 9. Tiger says 2. Scion says 10. There's a bunch of 7s, 5s, 8s.
So all over the map.
7.99.
Dogs, 96 soldiers says 0. Nigel says 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, so this is basically the whole video.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put it. Oh, if it even stays. What is up? How do you see how many people we have, or
Like
can
right
you
here.
even tell?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, we have 4.
We've got 4 people.
No, they're just jumping up now.
No, it's good.
Where's your millions of followers, Asher?
Everyone get
this is
on.
on you. This is on you and Jack. You guys and all of your followers.
Everyone get on.
Teen Idol. Teen Idol singing
Teen Idol.
songs on
Life
YouTube.
is good.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
no cares.
Oh, I've seen his YouTube channel. Oh, I've watched. I've gone down an Asher Angel
He's lying. When
rabbit hole listening to all
Yeah,
his
be
beautifully
careful. Choose your
sung
words
songs.
carefully.
Yeah,
Like 124,
When you're going down an Asher Angel
Well,
and the next word is
rabbit
hole,
hole,
be careful.
How about that? That's a good high angle. That's pretty
That's
good.
good.
And side.
He's like, where's my
Everybody,
lighting?
Zach and Asher from the set of. Well, this is only
Shazam.
one part of
Now
our
it's
set. We
sideways.
can't
All I
show
can
you
say,
all
guys,
of
is
it.
if this is the tone of the
Spoil
movie,
everything.
I'm excited about the
See
movie.
what I'm talking about? I feel like I need to come down here. Why don't you
Here, I'll
hold
hold
it?
it. Yeah.
You hold it, and
It's
then
just
I'll
sad
get-
because it's not like
Ivan
they're going to have
Soto-
scenes together.
Ivan
See,
Soto
that's
literally
so much
worships
better. That's so much
worships
better.
at the
It's
altar
already
of Zachary
on the
Levi.
way.
He said he is my God.
so
I did not even know he was at the forefront of an organized religion, but that's very cool.
Obviously, I've been a big fan of Chuck.
So anyway,
Yeah.
it's a lot of this, but it's pretty cute.
We have a bunch of questions we need to add.
Okay. All right.
We got it. Thanks,
got it.
Tone.
Thanks,
got
Batman Anthony.
All right. So,
Well, we're going to go from that video to another if we're done talking about Shazam for now.
I mean, I just want to say, guys, I'm excited about the next 2 DC movies. I know it's frustrating to not know we're getting a Superman movie, and that does piss me off, or a Batman movie, but I'm excited
I
about
do
the
want to
next
mention
two
that. Is anybody else feeling like it's a little quiet right now? I know
Well,
it's far
yeah.
away, but Aquaman is a little
November.
quiet.
movies. Yeah, I heard we're getting a trailer really soon.
So that's why it's quiet right now?
I think
Calm
so.
before the storm?
And also, it's like this is also a week where Justice League officially has been not ended.
Oh, WonderCon this weekend. I
Yeah.
heard. Yeah, the rumor is that WonderCon. I was trying to think. Yeah. So there's a very good chance that if that premieres Sunday, like it'll go up the next day or something like that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It is a little interesting. It's been a little quiet for
But
Aquaman
listen, there's
recently.
been a lot of noise made by Infinity War. Then
Oh,
Deadpool has a day.
I would
It's
rather
like-
it be quiet right now. I like that.
It's like they got to put flagpoles in trailers and announcements, just like they do with opening day weekends at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
By the way,
listeners,
what you guys didn't see there, a little inside dope, is that Roxy and Johnny are sharing a charging cord.
Yeah.
And
they-
other things.
It's kind of like Avatar.
Socks.
Yeah.
Socks.
Avatar.
Socks.
Avatar.
Avatar.
Avatar. It's kind of
Avatar.
like we did the tail.
Who's Avatar?
I don't know. It's just long A.
Like a Hebrew way of saying Avatar?
Sure, because you know me and my Hebrew
Avatar.
words. Yes. Oh, listeners wanted to know: are we going to WonderCon? Any of us? I don't think so.
No, I was supposed to go sit on the Screen
Nope.
Junkies panel, but it's like not. It's not that far, but it's not that easy to get to from LA. It's in Anaheim, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like you have to go and
It's
the
easy to get
parking
there, it's just
situation
they're not easy to
and
park.
and like
Yeah.
the whole thing, and then I have to leave, which means I can't get drunk, and like that's a
Yeah.
whole different
Right.
situation.
If we had a panel, we'd probably be there, but
I
I
know.
got a pretty busy weekend ahead.
We're
and it's
slackers.
just not gonna
Yeah.
happen. Well, we're not slackers. We just don't know how the hell to get a panel. We're trying.
Well,
trying to get on some
we've been
panel.
offered.
Yeah. Oh,
WonderCon?
right. We've had no, not
for WonderCon.
WonderCon. We've had a couple offers like out of state, which are hard for. 4 of us can barely get here on Thursdays together, let alone go to another state.
I don't know what you're talking about. We're killing it.
But we'll see. But no, I think Shazam, it's amazing we have to wait over 7+ months to get Aquaman, but I do believe that, once the Aquaman hype starts, at this point, it's almost like, I feel like we're in a positive way. We're at like a ground zero with DC right now. It's like, obviously Justice League did not make the money that WB wanted. The question is, how does WB respond?
Oh, is that the next thing? Are we talking about that official piece of news?
We could, along with Henry Cavill's mustache going away.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
but it's like
I mustache you a question.
God,
I've been waiting all show to say that.
Oh, that was awesome.
I mustache you.
It's just, how does WB respond? Do they let the artist do the art, or do they meddle and get their hands involved? To me, it seems like Aquaman, they're letting James Wan do his thing, which is best case scenario, and it seems like they're
because
gonna
he stood his ground and was ready to walk if he didn't.
Right.
We saw that happen.
And
we watched
it
it.
seems like they're going to let David Sandberg do his thing, so that's a good...
Or he's doing the things with the right producers. It just seems like he's got a team over there. It's a New Line thing. It's a New Line joint, I believe they say. And they are definitely letting him think. There's rumors abound. People want to see the mustache thing, and they want to connect that to Superman being in Shazam. I think that's a bit of a leap, but...
You know how I keep you guys young? So I don't think it's thing anymore. I think you do your thing.
Oh, thing?
I think you only do your thing.
Are people still shipping?
Yeah, still shipping.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Right.
Have you seen that commercial about the shipping? I ship my pants. I ship my pants. And it was pulled really quick. Because they're saying, I ship my pants wherever I want. I ship my pants anywhere.
Who says this?
But they're saying, and it's like it was either for like a UPS or something.
Right. I ship my pants. Yeah, I ship my pants. I ship them overnight.
I ship them all the time. I ship them anywhere I want.
I just
in front of anyone.
These pants I'm wearing, they were shipped to me this week. I got pants shipped.
Damn, you ship your pants.
I did. I got my pants shipped.
And somebody shipped your pants for you.
Someone shipped my pants to me. Well, this is a good transition into Henry Cavill's mustache.
You're doing your thing.
I can't be a bigger fan of Henry Cavill, and now I'm even bigger fan because he shaved his mustache in very.
He's so in on this. He knows. It's not like he CGI'd his mustache off in the movie.
So I've never seen this. Does he comment on it or does he not?
No,
well,
he's
there's
not
a video.
Directly, he doesn't comment on it, but the whole thing is a commentary on it.
Hello, don't be alarmed.
Of course, he sounds
It's
handsome
me,
too. Jesus.
Henry Cavill, sometimes superhero and former secret agent, but now completely clean shaven. I know it's hard to recognize me without king stash. Sometimes I even have trouble recognizing myself.
Oh boy,
it's hard for me to admit. This is not CGI.
Oh my god! Oh, that's
really gone. I can tell you this though.
That's hilarious.
I will remember him. Always.
Sam McLaughlin, shout out.
Oh man.
Oh no,
guys.
Remember me.
Is he gonna show a picture of Superman?
I don't know.
Oh, it was
went
in
so
there.
quick, yeah.
It was super quick.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pictures with the mustache.
Oh, he did it. They fully put in a
The
picture of
CGI
Superman in there.
comment, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
Shaved but not forgotten.
Slow clap.
Listen. I just want the guy to appear as Superman again in a whole new movie. I want them to announce it. I'm with you guys.
Wait.
Do you guys feel the same thing? I imagine the chat roll and everybody watching this. I mean, all people talk about is they want a Man of Steel too, but they're not dropping the hammer on it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people think that's because it wasn't an out-and-out hit.
Yeah.
I don't know. What were you going to say? You were about to say something.
No, I wasn't. She wasn't.
No, she wasn't?
She had things to say, and then she decided not to.
Okay.
Well, while we're
Who is
saying...
she, you ask?
Who is she?
Listen, the mustache thing is unforgivable.
Yeah.
If you were a DC fan and you had the mustache that you took out of you last year and Wonder Woman, and you're still thinking about the mustache, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I get it.
I get it. You know, you take the lump, strikes and gutters.
Mm-hmm. Strikes and gutters, man.
Wait, what's that one?
That's from Big Lebowski.
That's from Lebowski.
He
That'll
says
keep
you
you
take the
young all the
lumps,
time.
strikes and gutters.
Strikes
I
and
don't
gutters,
remember
dude.
that.
Yeah.
Huh. I gotta go back and
Well,
rewatch.
while we're saying goodbye to things, Justice League, we're just going to be honest here. Officially is the lowest grossing
Did so
film
well.
of the DCEU.
It crushed it.
Domestically, $229 million, which, amazingly enough, only got $2 million more than Hancock. If you recall the drunk superhero, Will Smith.
Hey, I remember Hancock very
Do you
well.
guys think...
Do you remember what happens at the end of Hancock?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Do you think if, like, Justice League was the first film to come out after Man of Steel... If they just would have jumped into Justice League, it would have been like, it would have opened with $250
But
million.
it wouldn't have made sense, though, at all. Not that it... I don't know.
It's just weird that Batman v Superman grossed a huge amount of money, shy of $1 billion, just shy of $1 billion, but a huge amount of money, and it got the opening weekend like for Justice League, because most people agree Justice League is I'm not going to say, I know Batman v Superman has its fans, and some people like that better, but overall, I think Justice League
is a far superior film.
Was more enjoyable by a lot more people.
I'm amazed. Suicide Squad, nearly 100 million more domestically at the box office.
That's crazy to me. It's not the comparison to BVS, it's the comparison to Suicide Squad.
Baffling.
Which I actually thoroughly enjoyed.
So did I, but I didn't enjoy it more than Justice League, and I don't think there was more star power than in Justice League.
I mean, here's the thing. I may or may not have enjoyed it at times more, but it was not a better film.
No.
And I think that's wild. And also, it had nothing going into it. It had some star power, yes, but this had Gal and Ben. This had all your favorite characters. I think
Justice League, and people can say what they want about it. I think Justice League was a victim of really negative social media, and I understand. Yeah, maybe it wasn't the greatest.
My friends all liked it.
Me too, and maybe it wasn't the greatest film of all time. Maybe there were a lot of issues, but I think this is one of those films where
Movie Ace says if you think Justice League is better than PVS, you don't know much about movie making.
I mean, like, here's the thing. There's a lot I do like in BVS, especially the extended edition, and it is like gorgeous, and it has the singular Zack Snyder look, which I always love the Zack Snyder look. Yeah. But it's got issues. It's got issues. It's got things that I still can't forgive, and I'm ready as a fan. I'm ready to move on from all of it and just give me good movies.
Also, I have to tell you, my friend, I'm not saying I'm the best movie maker in the world. I'm not even saying I've made a feature, but I did go to film school. I do know a lot about movie making, and I think.
Oh, she told you, son. She went to film school. That's the school where they do nothing but talk about
headsets
film.
coming off.
What's your film school cred?
It's a preference thing to me. Because when you break it down, if you're talking about the cinematography, if you're talking about the score, if you're talking about the performances, you can't just say you don't know anything about movie making if you think one's better than the other.
Right.
I
know nothing.
And we're also not saying Justice League was better than any. We're not saying it was better than BVS or whatever. Like, when it comes to Suicide Squad, I'm just shocked. 100 million is ridiculous. The fact that Justice League made 100 million less than Suicide Squad to me. It's crazy because no one even knew. The casual fan had no idea who Suicide Squad was. So maybe that just speaks to people wanting to see Margot Robbie, Will Smith, and Jared Leto. I don't know.
Or Viola Davis.
Viola Davis as well. Or it could just be the fact that more and more fans keep seeing the negative social media, and they finally, with Justice League, they were just like, you know what? All right, I'm just going to listen to this social media now. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's interesting, too, because you guys know those movies, like, while Suicide Squad and Justice League have pretty even scores, I think, on Rotten Tomatoes, I feel like what people were saying about Suicide Squad was kind of it's so bad it's good, and that caused people to go. Like, people were like, but it's fun and have a few drinks. And people were more violent about Justice League than they were about Suicide Squad because there was nothing to compare it to, probably.
Yeah.
So I think people still went to see it more after the bad reviews.
Possibly. I mean, I still say Justice League would have been better a couple years down the road after we learn more about the characters and build it up.
I concur, sir.
Yeah.
But hey.
Everybody, like, they made a choice, and a lot of people agree it was the wrong choice. Yeah. We don't need to keep beating this dead horse. Hopefully, we've hit rock bottom, and it's all up from here.
How do you think that expression came to be? Like, somebody...
Rock bottom?
No. Beating a dead horse. You think, like, somebody really just was...
Yeah, I think once the horse is dead, you can, collect your meat or do what you're going to do with him, or maybe the horse was lame and it had a leg and it had to be shot.
What kind of person do you have to be that you're still beating the dead horse?
It's like, that's not a nice thing to do.
That's like a horrible thing to say to somebody. You're beating a dead horse is really mean.
But in the Wild West...
we don't want to do it.
No, we don't.
A lot of stuff happens.
In fact, I will not. I refuse to do it anymore.
A lot of
Johnny, move us on.
A lot went down in the Wild West. Now this is, well, speaking of Justice League, Zack Snyder apparently teased the anti-life equation in the one Justice League flashback. Some really intelligent fans out here. Was this Vero again? I'm assuming is what it was.
I still keep calling it Vivo. Is it Vero?
I think it is.
V-E-R-O? Or what is it?
But we have a couple photos here of basically when Steppenwolf slams his axe into the ground, causing it to crack with fire. And someone asked him, at first it seems like nothing, but right here it looks like a design or a symbol. Am I right, Zack Snyder? And people are starting to say, oh, yeah, maybe that's, the whole...
The Da Vinci Code.
Alluding to the anti-life equation, which sets up Darkseid, which we never saw.
Yeah.
Right, and then you talk about the commentary that happened there with Zack Snyder confirming it.
Do you mean the equation question mark?
Yes. Yeah. Do the math, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, well, so part of the lore in the fourth world, which we have heard that we're getting more fourth world. So this might not be the last we hear of the anti-life equation in upcoming DC movies, if Ava DuVernay's film is in fact happening. But so Darkseid is on the quest for the anti-life equation, which gives him, I guess, dominion over all pretty much, and he believes that part of that equation exists in the subconsciousness of humans or something like this. Clear me up. I'm not a huge fourth world guy.
Yeah.
So that's why he needs to get it from the collective consciousness of Earth.
Is this something that you had previously thought about, Adam, while watching this film?
Well, whenever you see those sort of we saw the Omega symbol in the flashback in BDS, so they've been teasing it. So I do think I remember when he struck the axe, it did probably make a sort of symbol. That does sort of make sense. I saw the film.
It just feels like nothing is random. No crack in the earth, no symbol, none of it is.
Listen, again, the dead horse, but Zack Snyder puts a lot of stuff in it. And I know people love it. He puts a lot of Easter eggs, but he also tries to do too much too soon without it being earned, okay? Like, it was too much to do The Dark Knight Returns and The Death of Superman in one movie and introducing, weird flashbacks and a cross, a sign for Justice League 2. We'll get there, but that's not where you start.
I mean, this was setting up for Darkseid and Justice League 2. It basically shows why Darkseid has interest in Earth, and obviously with Steppenwolf failing, then he has to, quote, do it himself, as someone else would say.
Sky and Raul and people in the chat think you're really smart, Adam, and that you're right.
Well, that's really...
Well, Sky...
I agree with
Sky
them.
thinks a lot of things about Adam, for sure.
Well, Sky's sweet.
Sky's not wrong.
No, he's not. So, it's cool. It's cool to talk about. And, George Miller, someone else that's fun to talk about.
Oh, my God. Yes, George Miller.
So, who wants to take this one away? Some photos somehow leaked this week of Justice League Mortal.
DJ Katrana, what he would have looked like in the Superman costume from George Miller's Justice League Lost film.
Justice League Mortal, which was of course set to shoot in Australia.
2007?
Yeah, I believe 2007. Yeah. Cast was there. It was happening.
The whole deal.
John Schnepp has talked about this for a long time. So there you see the actual first look that we've seen publicly of what the costumes look like.
It's interesting you said that about Schnepp, because the second Mikey Christmas saw this, I saw he tweeted at Schnepp and was like, please confirm. Can you confirm? Can you confirm that this is accurate information?
Yeah.
But yeah, he has been. And that's Schnepp's whole deal. It's like him going back and seeing the previous iterations that could have been Superman, the death of Superman Lives, what happened, and
this is interesting. So, guys, you guys might know better than I do, or someone in the chat room would know that whole thing with the connected cape to the
S,
to the crest, which we've seen in Injustice, the video games, and we've seen in Tyler Hoechlin's Superman. Was that
on Supergirl?
On Supergirl, right? Did this predate that? And also the loss of Trunks. Did this predate New 52, and they just knew that was going to be happening? It must have predated New 52.
Yeah, of course.
So this shows to show how DC and the film side were kind of colluding and letting you know. But no boots, no red boots, man. He got the blue sneakers.
I will say that his feet look incredibly awkward to me in this design. It looks like he's wearing, is hydraulics even the right word?
Yeah. Okay. You know what?
But it's a mock-up. It's not like I'm saying that this would have not looked good. I don't know.
Action Figure World just tweeted something very astute. He said, thank the very gods worshipped by Ivan Soto, Zachary Levi himself, that Zack Snyder gave us a real Superman costume. And say what you want about Man of Steel or anything, that Man of Steel Superman costume is a piece.
It's dope.
Yeah. The CGI cape and everything about it is perfection.
It might even be better than the Batsuit currently.
Than the Ben Affleck Batsuit?
Which is pretty amazing too,
because I feel like it's more of Henry in that suit. Both of them probably have help in the suit.
Both are amazing. I'm not saying that the Batsuit isn't great, but I just think that this iteration of Superman is pretty stunning.
That's the thing. It's who else are you gonna find that physically looks the part? Like Henry Cavill.
I can't stop looking at his feet. It's so weird that having the same color would make me stare at his feet more.
Well, you look at this. The cast that George Miller had lined up was actually, really solid. Did we have that group photo, Adam?
Anthony, can we go back to the group photo?
There you go. Now, is this actually
the highest res image that has ever existed?
Is that actually them in the?
I don't know if it's all the actors or not.
Or is it a fan art?
No. This is official.
Yeah.
But I don't
that's
know if,
them in
yeah,
their.
So this is, you got Martian Manhunter, you got the Green Lantern, you got the Wonder Woman costume. You have a very
I'm
interesting
so glad of our
Aquaman.
Aquaman costume as opposed to this one going with our version.
There's similarities though. I can't really see the details on the Batman costume, unfortunately. It looks like it might be cool. It looks like it's got longer ears, which is always sometimes a cool thing. Sometimes you like long ears and short ears. I don't necessarily prefer one over the other. I like them for different
Honestly,
Batman.
don't be judgmental over other people's ears.
Yeah.
It's not how long the ears are. It's like...
The motion of the ocean.
I mean, or
The sound waves of the gapage.
Can you make that a little bit more Batman like relevant though? It's like
It's like the caves and how they echo.
yeah, sure. It's the echo of the cave.
It's the echo of the
It's
cave.
not the length of the ear.
These are the days of our lives. So yeah, I don't because Common was supposed to play Green Lantern. That doesn't look like Common to me. I don't know.
No, so that might have been a costume stand-in or something
Maybe.
like that. I don't know. This also might be just put together from individual costume tests.
Yeah.
And maybe somebody configured them like this. Like, clearly this was never a released image, but they sure do look like comic book versions of themselves.
Now, what was the reason? I don't recall. Why did this movie not happen? It just died on what process did the movie go?
It was about to shoot, and somehow
Yeah.
I guess Warner Brothers got cold feet.
They pulled the plug. It was a Warner Brothers decision, right? They pulled the plug from it.
Do you have any more of that in that article?
Let me check it out.
Real quick, I think I can speak on the matter.
Oh, Batman Anthony has a little bit of insight, so guys, listen up to
He
Batman
was there.
Anthony.
Yeah, he was there.
So what happened was around 2007, the writer's strike kind of hit around 2008, and that affected it, as well as weird taxes going on in Australia, where the film was set to film.
Got it. So
Isn't it so crazy that as a fan, when you look at films, you don't think about things like taxes were weird or they have lives.
The writer's
like,
strike thing was
the
a big
writer's
deal,
strike.
yeah.
Like you don't think about the behind the scenes stuff. It's like when you're watching Raiders of the Lost Ark and that scene with Indiana Jones and he just takes out his gun and shoots somebody, which was supposed to be a huge fight, and you find out later on it's because he had diarrhea on set that day and that's why they couldn't do a long extended fight. It's like you don't, as a fan, when you're watching something, you're not like, huh, how did this get to be? I wonder.
Everybody in the chat roll confirms
Writer's strike.
So I guess
you guys are brilliant. Thank you.
So
Sorry.
now I guess the logic is like if you have a script in hand, you could shoot the movie. But was it because with such a big budget film, you wouldn't dare not have writers currently working on the movie? Like if you have the script, and I'm asking because I honestly
that to me
don't
still is
know.
a Warner Brothers decision because even if there's a writer's strike, it wasn't that there weren't people who were willing to work. It was that there weren't people that they felt like.
Well, you can't. I mean, they're a union. There has to be a union set, I guess, for a Warner Brothers film. So I'd imagine you couldn't have anybody in the guild working on the film. But
it just goes to show
there were still people, though. There were still people that were writing. Even people who were in part of the guild.
It's incredible, though. Anytime you see something on a screen, it's a small miracle that it actually did happen. Like to get something finished, unless of course you do it independently, which that's hard enough as is. But it's incredible the process it takes to actually get something out there.
Yeah, well, Sky Patterson also adds that the writer's strike and the budget of $250 million, this is over 10 years ago, by the way, guys, was the budget for Justice League Mortal. I think they ended up spending a lot more than that on the current Justice League and lost a lot more than that on the current Justice League, ironically, 10 years later.
Hey, Adam, you win some, you lose some, you know?
Strikes and gutters, dude.
He's saying the script was over 400 pages?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you need writers working on that film if you're going in to start shooting. You need to have some writers.
Well, we got a writer who still wants to write Batgirl, and that is Roxanne Gay. We showed one of her tweets a couple of weeks ago, and she's taking shots at WB now. She said it took a real effort to make Justice League this bad. Definitely let me write Batgirl. And then 2 hours felt like 4. Boring villain. How is a villain boring? She said a few weeks ago, hey, WB, let me write Batgirl. One of the heads of WB responded, oh, contact us. Here's my interest. Put her email out there to the public.
Yeah.
So funny.
You don't want to say it?
What? Oh, this?
Yeah.
Oh, we were just saying what a nice segue that was.
But remember, Adam told me not to say it out loud anymore.
we can't say it out loud.
Nice segue,
Right.
So he texted me instead, but then I made him say it.
Then she made me say it, so effectively undoing what I did to do.
I'll
But it was
take
a
it.
great segue.
I appreciate
Really
you.
good.
Appreciate you.
I think in life, you got to try hard not to bite the hand that feeds you, but you have to try even harder to not bite the hand that you hope to be fed by.
She might be
I
playing
have a
without,
different take than you on this,
Really?
Roxy. I think it shows some sass and some
Yeah.
spunk.
I think it shows confidence.
I don't think WB looks at this and is like, yeah, now we want you.
If I was WB, I'd be like, okay, show me a script.
Right.
I'm not paying you to write the script, but show me a script. We'll read your script. She writes comic books. She's a professional writer. If from this all she gets is the open door to put up or shut up, to possibly get a script, I think it's a great story.
I don't feel like Warner Brothers is that kind of studio.
Oh, I don't think they are either.
I also think that if they get a great script, are they gonna what? Just because she was publicly insulting? They're a studio that makes fun of themselves constantly in their best produced stuff, like Lego Batman and all that kind of stuff. Like, I love it. I love that she said that.
It's baller of her.
It's
I just
baller.
don't know if it's smart.
Well, she might feel like she's playing with house money. If she doesn't get it,
That's
life
true.
doesn't change,
Yeah.
and if
So
she gets it,
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
She's like, let me write it. Oh, you can't figure it out? Let me. Well,
and you know what happens if they don't offer
her.
it to her?
Yeah.
Marvel's probably like,
Yeah, you don't like women?
yeah.
Yeah, well, Warner Brothers, you don't like women?
No, I'm just saying somebody else probably snatched
Oh, yeah,
her
I
up
was
and
saying
like,
Marvel
you like
snatched
her.
her up.
Yeah, somebody will snatch her up and be like, oh.
here's the thing: why not let a woman write Batgirl? It makes sense to me.
No, women don't know how to write other women characters. So we
Now
learned that
listen.
in film school.
Now listen.
Oh, you did?
This is also
101? I didn't know that.
Another way to look at
More
this,
you
guys,
know.
though, is just like saying, hey, that's just like any actor that we've seen mock themselves up as Green Lantern and say, hey, I'm ready to be Green Lantern.
Sure.
The difference here is that if she wants to, she could write that script.
Yeah.
And they could look at it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the difference I see.
But it is hard to put so much of your life into something that you're not getting paid for if she has to pay her bills.
Yeah, but that's half of what we do in this.
But
you guys
writers
remember-
writers bang out scripts. I mean, bang out a treatment at least. Like,
Yeah.
bang out a treatment, a 20-page treatment. If you're a writer, you do that in an evening.
I'm always impressed at how I have a couple friends who are writers and consistently working, and I'm just baffled at how good and how proficient they are at just slamming out content. I'm just, wow,
Yeah.
it's amazing. I sit there, I have to like budget 4 hours of my time
I know.
just to figure shit out. Meanwhile, they're just like, oh, a coffee break? Yeah, just 3 pages, done. Huh?
I
Yeah.
agree. I'm very envious of that ability.
And for anybody listening right now who doesn't understand writing 3 pages is a lot more than you think it is.
Yeah, and Roxanne Gay's already proven herself to be talented, to be confident.
And
Why
she
not?
has a great name.
Let her do it. Let her give it a shot.
Roxanne.
All
Come
I'm
on,
saying
WB.
is, I'm not saying give the girl a job. I'm not saying sign her a contract. I'm saying read a treatment. You know, maybe honestly consider her. Honestly meet with her.
Yeah.
If she's a good writer. No, I don't know her work. I mean, I
I
understand.
just think they're not even, until they figure out their Batman situation, they are not looking into Nightwing. They're not looking into Batgirl. They're like, you're years ahead right now.
Well, that very well may be true.
Yeah.
That very well may be true. And it could be just like publicly, I really don't think it wasn't that Joss Whedon couldn't break the story. I think it was just whatever. There was a lot of factors going on there.
Yep.
There was a pretty impressive Flashpoint concept trailer you could watch on your own. It's on screengeek.net. You could check that out. I don't think we have time to watch the whole thing, of course. But yeah, pretty well done. And, you know, obviously Flashpoint's also, up in the air.
Hey, Flashpoint. Possibly not Flashpoint. Possibly just Flash. Possibly nothing. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
But
there's that.
they did a really good job with it, whoever did put that together.
I cannot tell you, and I don't remember the original slate. I believe that Aquaman and Flash were supposed to take place the same year in the original slate. I cannot tell you how much happier I am that Aquaman is our next movie than if Flash was our next movie.
Oh, agreed.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
Like that, I am so happy that Aquaman is our next one.
Is that because are you starting to feel Flash TV burnout?
I'm not feeling Flash TV burnout. I am feeling Flash TV satisfaction. I don't need my Flash from somewhere else right now, and I much prefer Grant Gustin's iteration of Barry Allen to Ezra Miller's.
I agree with you, but is it not a fact? I'm pretty caught up, I think, on one episode behind on Flash. Is it not a fact that there are more series regulars that have powers than don't at this point?
Yes.
So, okay, so
when-
Team Flash is now like a full-on mini Justice League of its own.
And even if they don't have powers, we make sure we have episodes where they get powers for an episode, like Joe's girlfriend and Iris.
I mean, like, literally everybody. So I agree. I think, again, I've said it 1,000 times, when you have to crank out 23 episodes a year, it just really
It's a
starts
lot.
to be a lot.
Yeah.
Which
for
once it
everybody.
goes back to the writing. It's incredible how people manage to get that done. Actually, my friend
Yeah.
works on The Flash. She's a writer, and I think she's a story editor.
Maybe
and
we
so
should bring her in and talk to her about the
should.
process.
I'll ask her. I mean, if she wants to come in, sure.
Cool.
Old friend of mine. She's not old. I mean, I've known her for a long time. And last piece of movie news: Wonder Woman 2 will begin production in June.
In the U.S. So,
the
like, if you guys
US.
want, we could take a road trip.
So, do you think that this means that it's going to be sound stages and like not filming in Russia like they thought, or is it possible that it's filming both places and we don't know?
They're saying Northern Virginia, Washington D.C. area. So
I feel like there is zero way that this entire film is shot here.
agreed.
Okay.
I think we have to go there at some point if it's the version of the movie that we think we're getting, which is an
Right.
80s. I don't know actually.
80s Cold War kind of thing. I think it's definitely smart just because it distanced Gal from all kinds of Justice League, whatever. Like putting it in a different period is great. Although it does take a little bit of explanation because she was pretty low key in that time.
Have we talked about? I know that Gal doesn't go back, but have we talked about if it's possible that we're going to see Themyscira in Wonder Woman 2?
I'm sure we will.
I don't see
You
why we
think so?
wouldn't. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, because she's not. She supposedly doesn't go back.
Yes, we can't see her there, but we could see somebody there. But then, what part of the story would that? Like, does she go to the edge? I don't know.
Flashback to the battle, perhaps.
Or
Why
maybe
can't
we
she
do
go
that thing
back?
where we kind of retcon, where it's like
What do you guys think?
she claims she didn't, but she did,
I say let Diana back into Themyscira.
and then forget about the fact that we said she didn't go back.
Yeah, you could change your mind, elders of Themyscira women. Like maybe just change your mind and
No,
be like,
but
she's a great representative. Let her back.
No, but it's not just that. In Justice League, don't we find out that she hasn't been back to her home?
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's right. So if this movie takes place in the past,
yeah.
I see what you're saying.
we're gonna have to then say that she lied and she went
Okay.
back and nobody knew.
So the film is bookended by present-day Diana returning to Themyscira and saying, "Oh, check this story that happened to me during like the Cold War."
And she's reading it to somebody like what happened to Wonder Woman.
yeah. And then it ends also in Themyscira.
Or it could just
sitting
all be,
on the throne.
It could all be just flashback stuff, too.
Could be.
Could be.
Well, with that said, that's all the movie news we got for this week, which means it's time for...
It's time for Roxy Striar's TV time. All the girls think Johnny's fine. Adam's cooking so good.
Oh, yeah.
Why, thank you.
Also, Mikey Christmas.
That's
time.
right.
DC movie news. It's time to talk TV time.
Well, we have the 23rd DC television show to hit the airs this year, and it is
23rd?
Krypton.
Is that a real number?
I'm just guessing.
It could have been a real number.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Krypton premiered last night. If you missed it, we will do a non-spoiler review right now, so you don't have to go anywhere. Non-spoiler review.
All right.
In general, all three of us watched it, which is a good sign.
Yep.
It was the #1 trending thing I saw on Twitter, which is also a good sign.
Good deal.
Adam, Krypton, yay or nay?
I'm a little in the middle.
Okay.
While I was watching it, I was kind of nay on some things. I was just like, I'm kind of bored. It's like, there was beautiful production design too. Like parts of it look really good and parts of it look kind of cheap. There was very tropey. It used there was a lot of Star Trek stuff in there, which I get. It's sort of a lot of Games of Thronesy kind of stuff in there too. A lot of Superman-y stuff, which I understand you have to make the
You have
connection.
to address it, yep.
Yeah.
But then it made me wonder, like, all right, well, if you took out all the Superman references, how is the show? And I don't know the answer to that yet.
Johnny, what did you think, and what was your favorite part? Is it performances, production value, storyline?
You said it. Wow, you said it really well. Is if you take out Superman, what kind of show do you have? But then again, it's called Krypton, so we don't have to necessarily.
But you don't get the best part about Superman, which is, to me, is like the world's most powerful hero who flies and shoots things out of his eyes. You're telling me I'm never gonna get that, just like with Gotham, which I stopped watching this season. I just don't know. I don't know if there was a Krypton comic. I'm sure there has been. I don't know if I would read that comic all the time to read about Kryptonians. I'm sure there have been many. And I know in the John Byrne run of Man of Steel, which was the whole impetus for the new movie Man of Steel, that whole Krypton sequence is some of the best stuff in the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it a show? And what is that show? And do I care? And why?
I mean, the question is, how often are we going to see Strange? Will he only show up in that one episode? Because he was a huge part of that episode.
No, more.
Okay.
And more.
You think he's going to be in a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that this show, here's the thing. The pilot did a decent job setting up a world in which I might be interested in watching.
Yeah.
That being said, was it the most exciting pilot of all time? No. And they did something which, with this non-spoiler I won't reveal, but makes you a little less interested in watching future episodes because you meet some people and then you might not ever see them. So it's a tough look to do in a pilot. I think that it's worth checking out to see how you feel. I'm going to give it 6 episodes. That's what I do.
There you go.
And I'm going to see after 6 episodes if I think that it is something I should continue with. Because at this point, between Gotham, Lucifer, iZombie, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow,
Jesus.
Arrow, Flash, Black Lightning,
my
Preacher.
God. Oh, my God.
And that's just DC.
Oh.
Yeah.
I cannot just take on another show because it's DC. And I've done that in the past blindly. And so I'm going to give it 6 episodes, and then I'm going to let you guys know how I feel.
I will say this. I really like the performance of, I don't know his name, the gentleman who played the
grandfather
of
son.
Superman. Yeah. I liked him.
Yeah, I liked him too. He was
Cameron, the main guy?
Yeah,
Is that
he was
his name?
strong.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's handsome. He looks apart. Like, you thought, like, okay, he could have been the lead on Smallville, too, which I get that. Like, and like, I agree with you, Roxy. I totally am going to give it, that's a pilot episode. I want to see if it really sinks in on its own, though. But and I know Raoul 5 just said, oh, it's not a prequel, but I'm not seeing Superman on the show. Is kind of my whole thing with it. Like, I'm a Superman fan. I don't.
And they're not trying to hide that fact,
right?
It's not like Gotham where you're kind of gonna see Bruce Wayne, you kind of see Batman. Like, you are not seeing Superman.
Yeah,
The way I took it, it's kind of like its own vacuum, you know.
Yeah, kind of.
It's all contained.
Anthony, did you watch it?
No, he didn't watch it yet.
Oh, okay.
He wants it, and I hope we're not spoiling it. And like, please don't think I'm being super negative on it.
No, we're not.
I'm just like, I just don't know. They keep doing this, and it is like Gotham. Don't tell me it's not, because it's like it's the same thing. It's like the world of without the reason the world exists.
Yeah.
It's like Venom without Spider-Man. It's like, I don't know that it could work. It could be the best show ever, but you are taking away a big part of why it's so great. So I don't know.
And to sum up what Adam's saying, Jonas Tiger says, boo-hoo, not seeing Superman, boo-hoo. Is that what we sound like?
Yeah, not seeing, I'm a Superman fan. That's why I'm hosting a show called DC Movie News. He's like, you know, very much up there.
He's a
Totally. We had other shows that happened this week. They weren't premieres, though. Again, for non-spoilery stuff, we had an interesting episode of iZombie. One of these days, guys, maybe for my birthday, one of you will binge it.
The fact that I saw Krypton is a small miracle.
Yeah, it is a small miracle.
Come on.
iZombie's going well. We had relationship updates, and we are moving along with this serial killer storyline, which is really dark and twisted. For Black Lightning, we took such a giant leap this episode. Are you still on Black Lightning Life, or are you off Black Lightning?
No, I like Black Lightning a lot. I'm 3 episodes behind, but I enjoy that show very much.
The pacing is fascinating to me, and we got an episode.
I love the daughters.
Yeah, they're great. I love them too. We got an episode this week that I feel like on most shows would be a season 3 episode 12. So I'm wondering, do you guys know where you're going? Are you blowing your load?
What's the albino guy's name? Is it Marcus? Is he?
No,
not
I'm
Marcus.
forgetting right now, but I'll think of it.
The character on
He's
Black
amazing.
Lightning.
Yeah,
amazing. Like a reason enough to watch
Why
the show.
Did you say Marcus?
What?
Well, if you hadn't said Marcus, I could think of it, but now I can't.
I'm sorry. So what's his name, guys? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Are you watching
Tobias Whale?
Tobias.
Jeez.
That dude, man.
He's amazing. He's incredible.
Really good.
Yeah. Tobias.
Like when he was like having that thing with his flashback with his father, like, I mean, like, because you believe that guy went through some version of some of that.
And he was not an actor prior to this. He was a rapper, but he just has like charisma and
he's got
scary.
he looks very. That's a great word for him. He's got tremendous charisma on camera.
He's got chops, yo. He has got chops. Going back to Krypton, how Krypton ties into the Superman mythos. Which one are you? Either one of you guys want to take this?
I'm having a lot of trouble bringing that link up, actually. I did put it up there, but we could probably just move on to...
But I will say this, and Batman Anthony, the little bit you see of Brainiac looks amazing. And I've heard some people say that he looks like better than most crazy CG villains that we've seen in movies. And from what little I've seen, I would agree with that statement.
Yeah,
I'm a big Brainiac fan, so
yes,
I'm looking forward to.
And all future alternate weird stories have Brainiac. So listen, I hope Krypton. All I'm saying is I'm on the middle on Krypton right now.
Yeah,
but I will keep watching. And Black Lightning is good.
Yeah.
Also, are you caught up? Sorry, yes, Batman Anthony.
On the topic of Krypton, I would like to make the announcement that my buddy Anthony, who's the engineer here,
no relation,
helming the after show on Sunday at 4 p.m. for Krypton. This coming
so
Sunday.
you, Batmanthony, know someone else named Anthony that also works here?
Correct.
But no relation.
No relation.
But he'll be engineering that show Sunday at 4 p.m.
Exactly.
Engineering it or hosting it?
Hosting it.
Oh, hosting
Oh, you're doing both.
No.
So you're Batman. I think what he's
Anthony's
saying is
doing
Batmanthony is engineering it and Anthony is hosting it.
Got it.
If I'm
Hold on.
understanding it.
Let me get Anthony just real quick.
Okay.
Yeah,
If he's
grab your friend
around.
Anthony.
Anthony,
if
come
he's
on,
anywhere
man.
close by. 'cause-
Anthony.
All right, hey guys, sorry. Yeah, it's a little hard to hear that.
Oh,
little
hi,
scrub.
Anthony.
What's up, buddy?
So you're hosting a show?
Yeah, I'm hosting a show actually. It's gonna be Sunday at 4 p.m. It's gonna be Krypton, the premiere of the premiere of the after show for Krypton on Sundays. So it's gonna be me along with Steph Sabra and possibly a third, but for now it's gonna be for sure confirmed. Me and Steph Sabra.
I love her.
And you quickly can just find me everywhere at TonyBTony_, and I'll keep you updated on all of that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's an actually really great show to have an after show for because
Yes.
I had a lot of questions,
questions.
afterwards. I kind of like need to pick somebody's
Hey,
brain.
Anthony or Batmanthony, I definitely would sign up to be on that list someday. I'd love to come and be a guest on that show and talk about Krypton in a couple episodes.
Oh yeah, we'd love to have you. That'd be
That's
awesome.
great. You could rotate the DC movie news crew in a little crossover.
Yeah.
I'm sure the fans would love that.
All right, moving on. This is an interesting piece of news that I thought was worth bringing up.
Yes.
Keenan Lonsdale has been doing a lot of press because of Love, Simon, which again is a movie that I highly recommend from Berlanti himself, which Keenan stars in. And he's been doing a lot of press for it. But of course, you guys know from being on press lines before, when you get somebody for a movie like Love, Simon, you're going to ask him about playing Wally West. You're just going to go
course.
rogue and talk to him about it. So that's what they did. And it came out that he said originally he was receiving a lot of online racism because the quote, the character is originally Caucasian in the comic books, so when I got cast they had changed the character in the most recent comic book, and his father and sister are black, but people still didn't put two and two together. It was interesting. I was upset and hurt and I couldn't understand
He
it.
even said Candace Patton was getting it. I'm just like, come on.
And he went on to say that too, which I don't think she really spoke about much publicly, but I remember mentioned something to us when she came into AfterBuzz TV when I was doing the Flash After Show and she guested on. It's so fascinating to me that people have a stick that far up their butt.
Well, it's not even just that. Okay, you are a comic book fan.
Right.
Which means you know how to suspend disbelief and believe in characters that don't exist and believe in people with superpowers that don't exist, yet you can't be open-minded enough to accept people for whatever race they are? Are you
Here's the
serious?
bottom line. My bottom line with that is
Come
sometimes the color of your skin is relevant to your character. Sometimes it is.
Sure.
Sometimes characters, like depending on where they're from, or like just there's so many different things. Like Black Panther, that is relevant. Where he's from, how you're raised.
I get it.
But sometimes it's not. And with Wally West, they were able to do that. So anyway, I feel bad that he ever had to go through that. I'm glad he opened up about it, and I think that he's doing an awesome job with his press so far.
Yeah, he's great, and I really liked him on Legends of Tomorrow. I think I'm only like 1 or 2 behind on that, but when he had his like episode where he had his like man bun,
He's there now. He's there for
right.
I'm loving him.
And he and
Is he playing Wally West in Legends?
Rip,
yeah,
Rip Hunter.
he and Rip had that great episode, getting wasted together, doing
Yes.
karaoke. Love that.
Love
Always
it.
love
a good
Still very
karaoke
much up
scene.
on Legends. Gotta say, like Legends will have a draggy episode.
No, it's the best
and then
for me
they'll
right
have
now.
a really great episode.
What I will say is this week of Legends was truly bizarro, and that's saying something if I'm talking about Legends.
Did we talk about Matt Ryan on this show yet?
About him being Constantine?
Yeah, he's gonna
But season 4 regular. Did we talk about that last week?
I think we mentioned it last week because it happened. It might have not happened.
I think
before.
it happened in between. Batmanthony,
Well-
did we talk about that last week?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Maybe we said that he was going to be back for
Because they
He was
haven't
on-
actually announced that it's picked up for a season 4. But if it does get picked up for a season 4, Matt Ryan is going to be a regular as Jean Constantine.
There you go.
Which is interesting, especially with what breaks this week and that little bit of a love triangle situation that we have going on. Digital Spy and all these other places and announcing Legends Tomorrow is bringing on Matt Ryan's Constantine full-time next season.
Damn.
If there is a next season.
So there will be. And this is so exciting because I love
guess
to
this
see
was
how
only,
they...
It was 5 days ago, so
Yeah,
we
no,
must
we
have
didn't do
not
it.
talked about it.
So Legends is great about mixing stuff up. Like Sarah's in charge of the team right now. You don't know that she will be next season. You don't know where they're gonna go. If Constantine has to be a regular, they have to be getting into some demonic shit. Demonic stuff. And it would be interesting. And I've heard some people say this too. Like, it could be very light sometimes. Will it let itself go into a darker place as Constantine's show itself was?
In the episode he was in this week, it was incredibly dark.
Oh, he was in another one this week?
Yes.
Oh, they're not stopping. And did the animated show on Seed drop yet?
I don't know. I don't know.
We'll look
Oh,
that
that
up
was
right now.
fascinating. There was a reference in anybody watching Black Lightning. There was a reference to both Supergirl in Black Lightning and Vixen in Black Lightning this week.
I heard people were talking very much about
what universe are you? What's happening here? So anyway, that's pretty much it for your TV time. But if you guys will on YouTube and on iTunes, let me know what you thought about that, because I am curious how you're feeling that Black Lightning had said that it's not going to be in the same universe as any of the other shows, but now is referencing both Vixen and Supergirl.
They're gonna find a way to cross over.
But she said it like it was that world.
Well.
So we shall see.
Wait, I'm still trying to find it. Did anybody find what's the premiere date for Constantine on Seed?
I don't know. The Wi-Fi's tripping right now, so it's hard to figure it out. But that's a hell of an episode, guys.
Yeah.
Rory says, really, Roxy? That wasn't incredibly dark? Yes, it was. It was so dark. What are you watching, bro? Or girl?
Man.
Woman.
Person.
Rory could go either way.
Human being with feelings.
Human. Yeah. That was dark.
Well, that said, we're at DC Movies SK on Twitter. We're Facebook.com/DC Movies SK. Of course, thank you very much to Bat Anthony, as well as Tony B. Tony for jumping in the booth for about 20 seconds. Let's see what else we got coming up. That's pretty much the entire show. We got it, right?
By this time next week, we could be talking Aquaman teasers, trailers.
Maybe.
We don't know.
And guys, just so you know, this Saturday, you should watch Constantine on Seed, because it debuts March 24th. I don't know if they put all the episodes at once or if it's one at a time. Not sure how CW Seed rolls out, but that way you can get more Constantine, and I think that's going to be amazing because doesn't have the normal budgetary constraints.
They do the one at the time, typically.
They do all at a time?
No. One at a time.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Good deal.
So get that slow burn.
So Adam Gertler, put yourself over.
Hey, everybody. I'm at Adam Gertler. You can find me talking about movies on FX and stuff like that on FX Movie Download with Sasha Pro Raver. And I'll be here talking about comic book movies and stuff with y'all. And then hopefully in a couple of weeks, I can tell you about the fun thing that you'll get to watch me participate in over the summer.
Yeah.
And that's going to be very exciting. So see you soon.
Is it a race? I'm weaning.
Is it an amazing race?
There's a competitive
Are you
aspect
shirtless?
to it, I guess. But what doesn't have a competitive aspect to it?
Is there... Okay, I'm not going to go any further. Roxy.
I'm Roxy Striar. You guys can find me everywhere at Roxy Striar. Also on Fridays, Only Stupid Answers, we talk about all of the DC and Marvel shows. So if you want more TV time, that's pretty much what it is.
There you go. Of course, follow Mike Kalinowski at Mike Kalinowski everywhere. Jay Quasto, let's see, where am I going? In a couple of weeks, I'll be at WrestleMania weekend in New Orleans doing some stuff. And also, I'll be in Tempe, Arizona in April for some comedy shows. Otherwise, QuastoAlbum.com, JLoComedy.com. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We love you. See you next week.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of its owners or principals.